Hi all, my name's Anna and I'm the C5 Nut. Well, today we're going to be doing some work on a Suzuki Burgman 2006. Basically we're going to replace the front brake pads and possibly, depending on how much time I've got, we might even change the rear ones as well. So I might do this in two videos actually, because there is quite a few videos on Suzuki Burgmans, but not this spec. So there is a 400 and yeah, the guy's showing the discs and all that, but his brakes is different to what I've got here. So yeah, hey, I'm just putting my little 10 pence worth into YouTube. So right, should we get started? Right guys, so first things first, obviously make sure it's on the centre stand. And I don't know if you can see it, obviously the front wheel is off the ground, but so is the back. And if I was to touch this, it's well perfectly balanced on the centre stand, which my last scooter, it was either too heavy forward or too heavy back. It's bizarre that both wheels are actually off the ground just with the centre stand. So yeah, I thought I'd just add that bit in. Right, so today front discs, well actually just front pads actually. Now there is two sets. Now you think, well, front brakes, why would there be two sets of pads? Because I've got two sets of brakes. So I've got the left one and I've got the right one. Now on the front caliper, it's what they call a dual system, because I've actually got two pipes. There's two pipes there. Now when you pull one side, only one of those brakes, part of the caliper is working, and then when you pull the other one, the other side works. So, but then what's happening with the rear? Now, on the UK spec models, the left-hand brake does the rear and the front, but the the right-hand one, which is this one, only does the front. Now, why would they do that? Well, sometimes, I really don't know why they do it, to be honest, but I do find that sometimes you only need the front brake, and then other times, especially when you've got someone sort of as fat as me on the back as well, you just need that extra braking. Now, the previous owner has used the right hand quite a lot, because the brake pad is actually worn out, but this side the brake pads is fine. So you know, some people could argue that I'm only just going to change the one pads and that's it, but if you're in that area, just get both of them done. You know, even if there's plenty of meat on the other one, just for the sake of it, just get it done. Right, so the tools you're going to need is very simple. A flat-headed screwdriver, similar to this one. Doesn't have to be snap-on, but just a flat-headed screwdriver. And an Allen key. Now this is a T5 Allen key. It gets used quite a lot, hence why there's a bit of rope on there. So I use this quite a lot, especially in the motorhome world. So with a bit of string on there, I know exactly which one I need. But yeah, that's all you need. And yeah, let's get cracking. Right, so let's get here. Right, now on the side there is a long bolt. Literally, the bolt goes straight across this way, and there's another one slightly higher up here. So what you need to do, I'm just trying to do this and film at the same time. So you get your trusted Allen key, you put that in the hole and then twist it. Now sometimes these pins actually seize up in the caliper, so you want to make sure that obviously hasn't caused that. But on this particular video, I've already freed up the pins, so they're easy to unscrew. Now, like I say, you may not be fortunate enough to do that, but the pin should actually just come straight out. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Literally, the pin just comes out. Now, what's just falling out there is a little spring clip. You want to pull that off. This stops the brake shoes from vibrating and causing a lot of noise while driving. Now use your trusty flatheaded screwdriver. We're just going to prise these brakes out, like so. And there's one pad. I'll do the same on the other side. Now this side is a bit tight. Yeah, that one's, and there we go. See, quite a lot of meat on there. That's how I know that these haven't actually been used. And then what you want to do is push the pistons back in, which you can stick the screwdriver in there and push that back. Do that on both sides. Don't know if you can, let's see if we can get the camera on it. Right, so you want to be able to push these pistons back like so, and then insert a new pad in there. You need to do that on both sides. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of corrosion in there, but that will just clean up. Right guys, I'm just going to go and get the new pads and we'll go and fit them in. Right guys, so now what you want to do, you can put some grease on there. I choose not to at this moment in time because the whole scooter is going to get another deep clean. It's a bit filthy, but yeah, what I would normally recommend is put a tiny bit of grease called Ceritech. You can get it from Eurocar Parts. It's designed for brakes. Unfortunately I don't have any right now, but I will order some. I think it's about £2 for a small tube, and then all you want to do is put it on the metal parts. Don't put it on the friction material, but only on the metal parts. That'll just help lubricate the bits. So now we've got the pads. It will, you need to make sure that the friction material is touching the disc. So I'm just going to put that in there, like so. Right, so it looks like that. Now there is that spring clip that goes on in there, right, like so, and then it's a matter of putting this pin back in. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly stop the video and clean this pin up to then put it back in. Right guys, so I've now actually cleaned that pin. I put it back in because obviously I needed my extra hand to push this pin in and hold this spring plate back in at the same time. So just need to push that in a little bit more, get your Allen key, put that back in there. Let's just tighten this up, and then just a little nip. Don't go too crazy with this because you will end up damaging it, but just a little nip. That is that done. Well, that's now done. So what I need to do is do the same again with the top one. So use the Allen key, move that out so it comes out. So right, watch out for that spring. There we go. Pull that out like so. Get in there. You can see that's quite thin in places. Let's try this side. Yeah, yeah, you can see how thin that is. Yeah, that definitely needed doing. Right guys, so I've now put the new pads back in. Don't forget about that spring. Put that back in. That's all nice and tight. You don't want to over tighten these, just like a little nip, and then that's enough. Yeah, once you've done that, make sure you pump the pedal a few times. Yeah, that's fine. I used a bungee just to hold the steering, because otherwise, if I just take this off, the steering just wants to go back to normal again. So yeah, good old bungee cord. It's like, yeah. Right, now I'm humming and ahhing about, do I do the rear brakes on this video? And then I saw what I've got to take apart. So I think what we might do, guys, there's a lot more involved with doing the rear ones. So I'm possibly just going to leave it here for the minute. So yeah, so getting the old rears out, the exhaust has got to come off, and I can see that's going to be a pain. So yeah, right, hopefully soon we'll do another video on the Suzuki Burgman, and hopefully we should have some more car content as well. So yeah, it's a busy old week for me, especially on the old poxy motorhomes as well. So yes, right guys, if you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and just may at some point soon I will do another video. Anyway, take care guys.